All right, today we'll be checking out the character drawing books from everywhere. I've seen them all over TikTok as well as um, Instagram, but I wanted to check them out for myself. I actually found them cheaper on AliExpress, $10 for both books, and that includes shipping. So I wanted to see if this was a hit or miss. So we'll start with the first one, and it's supposed to make you better at character design, poses, and whatnot. But I've reviewed a couple of books already with the same enthusiasm. So we'll see what this one's about. Let's get through this as fast as we can. I do like the fact that it's more rough ink lines. And it's both and translated as well into English. Mostly body art references. I'm kind of wondering if they did this with pens or did they use digital as well. So again, you can pause the video to take a look at anything you might be interested in, or if your eye catch something. So I'm seeing a lot of basic reference. And again, these are highly usable. And I'm not seeing like something that's completely like special or unique to the books other than the line art. But again, if you're just starting out, this is not a bad reference. Again, I would suggest getting it from AliExpress and not TikTok because everywhere I saw still had crazy shipping fees. And a lot of other videos, they just had little glimpses and add voices. So this video, I want to actually show you what you're getting when you purchase this. Perspective, studies, poses. About halfway through the book. Speed this up a little more. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Hands, arms. I'm highlighting on the focused areas, which are the yellow, or in yellow, sorry. Construction of the hands and fingers. And again, a lot of the stuff is pretty basic, a lot more basic than some of the other books I've already reviewed. Getting more into the figure drawing. You draw for the fingers, the tip, index, little fingers create the flow that bends inward rather than outward. Okay, so pretty substantial tips. Now, again, there are other books that are more detailed and more illustrative, but if you're on a budget, again, get it from AliExpress, and you can use a lot of this in your references. But this is not something that you want to keep as your own style when this is like very loose and quick sketch. Yeah. So everything in here seems like you're just trying to focus on the idea and the representation of your figure drawings. So that's book one. Let's go to tackle book two. Three and four. All right, now we get into the head shapes. So again, this is like very rough panel manga style. I This is new. This is new for me, at least. I understand the spaces between the eyes. I'm more used to stuff like this, not that other one. So might be a fun technique to try in the next drawing video. Eye curvature from different views. Again, I want to reiterate, if you want to see something that's closer, more detailed, pause the video and just take your time. Ear positioning. I struggle with ears, so this might help. There's the C and D curves. Oh, you can go elf ears as well. Now, at the moment, I'm designing characters for my party's D&D session. We're doing Horde of the Dragon Queen. So I can use a few of these. Spell references, teeth, tongues, throat positioning. And I see there's just smidgets of the Loomis method. Ah, good scaling, especially for character sheets. There, depending on the drawing style, the side of the temple between the eyes and ears have space as wide as the eye. Okay. Now, if you wear glasses like me, you're probably gonna need either a magnifying glass or to zoom in to read some of this in English because the font is very small. This is something I have issues with when I'm drawing a three-fourths view. I tend to cut off the corner of the eye. Different scales. All right, get into hair. Let's see. Kind of a messier style of the hair. But again, this is ink illustrated, so I'm not going to hold it against them or anything like that. This book is not for penmanship or anything. It's just to understand the figure and human structure. No, I wouldn't say you can use it to master your anatomy, but it's a little more detailed. But not expecting a person to just master anatomy off this book, particularly use different references, Pose Maniac, all that stuff, especially Jester Party on YouTube. That's one of my favorite channels. So, but this book, it gives some interesting references, even when it comes to shading and lighting. Wonder if they have a chapter on silhouettes, hair flowing in directions. Different head shapes. And this is really useful for caricatures. To draw a unique and cute face, it's helpful to draw in the figure. More on the head makes the shape thinner. The silhouette of the chin area plays an important role in experiencing versions faces. Okay. So again, there's some decent tips in here. Okay. Legs, something I'm still struggling with from memory. Scaling the head from different head heights. Line curvatures. Yeah. Mhm. Feet, heels, scaling of the feet, the muscles and tendons on the feet. But again, it doesn't get really detailed when it comes into the muscle structure or saying which muscles is which. And I don't think that's the point of this book. Seems like this book is more, sorry, the series of books is more along the lines of getting you to understand the basic building blocks. However, if the ankle moves up or down, the angle of the ankle sole also changes. Different references of the toes. Kind of remember the inside ankle, it's always a little bit higher than the outside. Getting close to the end. I'm still hoping to see more silhouette ideas. Now, honestly, as an animator, I wouldn't so much as use this book for references of animated movement with the human body. Again, I would there are tons of websites that are available to where you can literally see this stuff in frames and movie, or you can make your own references just by recording yourself. I encourage artists all the time, take your own reference photos. To, if you need, take a entry level course in photography. You never know when it'll come in handy, especially when it comes to storyboarding and getting different perspectives and views. Sometimes people who take photos for you don't have the exact idea that you're trying to create in your head for that image. So I would definitely suggest learn how to use that camera. Grab some tripods. These are some decent exercises to get. All right. So, and that's the end of the TikTok famous Taco Point character drawing books. If you like them, you can find them again on AliExpress. You can find them on TikTok and Instagram. I would definitely suggest AliExpress because, again, I spent $10, and since the price was over $10, the shipping was free. Save your money. For those who don't think this will be useful, I can see your arguments there already, but I, everything is just tools in a toolbox. So thank you for tuning in today, and please like, share, subscribe, and let me know if there's any books that you've been curious about but you don't want to spend that money on.